I seen out of leading this Connect group that it wasn't about me. It wasn't about anything that I had going on in my life. It was all about the other people in my Connect group. And I seen through Kayla and Craig the power of prayer.
So I guess what's going through my mind was like, we already don't have a lot of time together as it is. Like, I was so afraid of signing up for something and not being able to stay committed to it. Saying, hey, I'm going to be there, and then I didn't want to be that person that wouldn't show up.
Joining a Connect group was kind of our first step into serving, or at least mine. And I had kind of been wanting to get there for a while, and I kept nagging at Craig over and over again because I wanted to join something. And he was like, well, I don't know. Because he'd always run sound his entire childhood, adolescence, like into adulthood. I just don't know if I want to keep doing that or not. Even though that's, kind of the gift that he has. So I'd go to Connect group and we'd talk about it. And they were just kind of like, you may have to just lead by example. And go ahead and just get on a serve team and, let Craig deal with that, as he needs to. There was a sermon that Pastor Steve had at that time while the Connect groups were going on, and he made a statistic. He was giving this list of statistics that was just crazy. And one of them was that if you had been at Faith Church for longer than a year and you hadn't already joined a serve team, that the odds are that you never would.
If you're here a week, we don't expect you week one to jump in the game. We'll take you. But if you're here a couple months and you're kicking the tires and you're trying to find out what Faith Church is about, that's cool. But if you've been here a year and you're not serving yet, the longer you don't serve, the less likely you are to serve. And I'm just telling you, our playbook, we're a church that serves. Because it's not just our playbook. We believe it's God's playbook. He's called us to serve.
And I didn't really want to be that statistic. I wanted to kind of prove that wrong. That's kind of why we got baptized here, at least kind of what got me, because during that same sermon, he said, you don't have to be baptized to be saved, but if you're saved, you're going to get baptized.
Taking the next step of water baptism is throughout the New Testament. We do not believe that water baptism is necessary for salvation, but it's a part of our spiritual process. You don't have to be baptized to be saved, but if you get saved, you better be baptized, because that's the model of the New Testament.
She has been saying for probably 2 years, I really want to get baptized. We kept looking at it. I know she was thinking, because I was thinking, well, maybe tonight's the night. Maybe we should do it tonight. And we never did. We kept pushing it off, and we kept pushing it off.
Taking that step is hard.
It really is.
Whenever you just have to walk out into the aisle and just go, and then everybody's looking at you, and it's like, okay, am I going to do this?
So I want to take that extra step after being her rededicated our lives to Jesus, and we wanted to make that public commitment of faith. And we just don't say, hey, we're going to do it. It's time. Let's do it together.
I wanted my parents to be there, and they wanted to be there, and I don't think they were able to come that night. I forget why. So I texted Karen. I was having to come apart like, oh, they're not going to be here. They're not going to be here.
I could get emotional talking about it, but probably was the most humbling time to really know that what we do and the little steps of faith that we take could really change people's lives.
She came in, as always, and, sent us both videos as soon as we were out of the water, and she'd already sent videos to our phone. When you find that place that you need to be, where you're accepted and you're listened to, and people are praying for you, and they're thinking about you, and they're there for you, it's completely life-changing.
Seeing how God moved in other people's lives, like Craig and Kayla and their marriage, let me know it's never about me. It's always about God. It's always about other people. And if you're on the fence about leading a Connect group, don't be, because it's really not about you. And God may do something to change your heart, but now I know I always have to say yes, because it's about